Hi, I'm Mike, the Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Eek, the weekly series where I recap the top stories in Halloween and horror news. It's Friday, which means it's Fear Street Day. That's right, if you're watching this on the day it's released, part 2 of Netflix's Fear Street drops today. I'm really looking forward to this one. I really liked part 1, which they dropped last week. As someone whose first exposure to the horror genre was 90s slashers, this was totally my jam. It had great music. The pacing was great. I really actually cared for these characters as the story progressed, so it was a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with this next film. If you watched part 1, let me know down in the comments what you thought. All that said, let's move on to this week's news. It was a big week for horror fans who love physical media. Shout Factory made 2 big announcements this week related to upcoming releases. First, the home entertainment company announced that the first 5 films in the Halloween franchise will be coming home to 4K UHD this Halloween season. Each multi-disc collector's edition features all new cover art by artist Joel Robinson and will include a poster of the artwork while supplies last. The new discs will set you back just $36.99, but Shout Factory has a number of additional bundles that you might be interested in if you're a little bit more of a hardcore collector. First, Shout Factory has teamed up with Sacred Bones Records to release 3 exclusive red, orange, and yellow splattered vinyl featuring all new music from John Carpenter. The new limited edition vinyl records can be purchased with Halloween 1, Halloween 2, or Halloween 3, and each record package will contain the posters of the new DVD cover artwork. But if you really want to splurge, Shout Factory is giving you the opportunity to buy a complete set that includes all 5 films, all 5 posters, and all 3 vinyl records for just $245.99. But Shout Factory didn't stop there. No, they want to look out for the Ultimate Collector as well, which is why that they're also releasing an Ultimate set, which includes everything I mentioned before, as well as a new exclusive collectible pin set from Gutter Guard. The Ultimate set will set you back $299.99. All of these new releases are available for pre-order from Shout Factory now, with everything expected to be released on September 28th, 2021. For specific details on each of the discs and their special features, be sure to head over to allhallowsgeek.com for the full coverage. And as always, I'll be sure to put links to all of this week's stories down in the description below. But Michael Myers isn't the only Halloween icon getting some love from Shout Factory this Halloween season. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark's second film, Elvira's Haunted Hills, is finally coming home on Blu-ray thanks to Shout Factory. The new Collector's Edition Blu-ray features all new cover art from Joel Robinson and will have a reversible wrap featuring the original theatrical artwork. The disc is available for pre-order now for $28.43 on the Shout Factory website and includes a poster of the cover art, or you can splurge and pay $75 to get the disc along with a poster signed by Elvira, Mistress of the Dark herself. The kicker with this announcement and the fact that it's already available for pre-sale is that they haven't yet announced what special features will be included on the disc. Past releases on DVD have included typical things like featurettes, outtakes, and audio commentary, but with this year being the 20th anniversary of the film, I'm hoping they're able to dig up a little bit more. And Comic-Con at Home, the virtual alternative to San Diego Comic-Con, is just a couple weeks away. And with that, companies have started announcing their plans for the event. This week, AMC Networks released its extensive lineup of Comic-Con panels, with the majority of them being dedicated to horror. The Walking Dead universe will of course be represented with panels for all 3 of the Walking Dead shows. However, horror streaming service Shudder is also getting in on the action this year with a number of panels dedicated to upcoming series and movies. Panels were announced for the upcoming installment in the VHS horror anthology franchise VHS 94, as well as David Cronenberg's new anthology Slasher Flesh and Blood. Horror Noir, the new Shudder original anthology showcasing stories of black horror by black directors and screenwriters, will also be getting a panel, along with a panel dedicated to the anthology series Creepshow. Panels will be held at various times throughout Comic-Con at Home, so be sure to check out the full coverage over at allhallowsgeek.com for specific dates and times. Comic-Con at Home will run from July 23rd through July 25th. In other Comic-Con news, toymaker Super7 announced its 2021 Comic-Con exclusives this week. With San Diego Comic-Con going virtual again this year, the toys will be released online only, and among this week's announcements are all new variants of its Army of Darkness reaction figures. The Pit Witch and Deadite Scout will get all new glow-in-the-dark variants, while Ash will get the Captain Supermarket treatment inspired by the Japanese release of the film. Each figure will set you back $20 and will be released at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Thursday, July 22nd at Super7.com. But not all of this week's toy announcements from Super7 were related to Comic-Con. The toy maker also announced this week that its next wave of Peanuts reaction figures will be Halloween themed. Rather than pull from the obvious It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, Super7 decided to pull from Charles Schulz's 1950s comic strips for inspiration. The new releases include Linus and Lucy, Violet, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy, all ready for a night of tricks and treats. Each figure will set you back $18 and are scheduled to be released on September 29th. And with the 4th of July behind us now, Halloween shopping season is officially upon us. And nothing solidified that more this week than the official release of Grandin Road's 2021 Halloween Haven collection. The seasonal home furnishings retailer had teased its 2021 collection last month, but this week released its entire lineup for 2021. This year's collection features over 200 new items, 100 of which are under $50. You can check out the full collection now on GrandinRoad.com, or if you just want to see some of the highlights, check out my coverage over at AllHallowsGeek.com. Halloween shopping wasn't the only thing in full swing this week. Halloween events have also started making announcements. Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights made its first maze announcement for the 2021 Halloween season. Halloween Horror Nights at both Orlando and Hollywood will be getting mazes inspired by Netflix's The Haunting of Hill House. The new mazes will feature iconic scenes and characters from the Netflix series, including the Red Room and the Hall of Statues, and the Tall Man, the Ghost in the Basement, and the Bent Neck Lady. The Halloween Horror Nights events will begin on Friday, September 3rd in Orlando and Thursday, September 9th in Hollywood, with both events running on select nights through Halloween. Tickets for Halloween Horror Nights Orlando are on sale now, with tickets to Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood expected to be released soon. For more information or to buy tickets, visit HalloweenHorrorNights.com. And finally, for my SoCal viewers, acclaimed interactive horror attraction Delusion unveiled its plans for 2021 this week. The long-running haunt announced an all-new show as well as a new location for this year's haunt season. Delusion, Reaper's Remorse, will take place at the Phillips Mansion in Pomona, California, and will feature the first ever open-world accompaniment. This added space continues the overall experience with food, drink, and more. The Reaper's Remorse synopsis is as follows. There are some dead that won't let go, clutching to this world by whatever threads they can find. Pretty red shoes, a shotgun, a loved one left behind. And although these strands of life can be as innocent as a child's toy, everything has its price. A price only Esther Phillips can afford. She lives alone, a solemn collector surrounded by artifacts that not only tell tales, but carry the very souls they're tied to. An ethereal prison of those unwilling to let go. Esther's latest acquisition may be her greatest yet, if she would only go near. Fear, anger, and regret bleed from it. Things decay, but memories can linger. Delusion invites you to come play your part when tickets go on sale to the public on July 15th at 11 a.m. This year, the event will also have a special VIP experience available that allows them to continue their mansion visit in a secluded second floor of the home. There, they'll find the family's private collection of artifacts, along with the Dark Arts Bar and Lounge. For more information or to purchase tickets when they're released, visit enterthedelusion.com. That's it for this week. As always, if you enjoyed this week's video, be sure to give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of geek. And again, for more information on any of this week's top stories, you'll find links to the full coverage down in the description below. Until next week, keep it creepy.